big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do, lace up the shoes, chase up the rings.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Trubisky to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 31 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tony Pollard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Got it.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
They'll run on first down. Taylor wiggles free. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing fight.
Back to throw. And Graham's got it. Complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky. This one complete to Christian Kirk. 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed. Now Trubisky lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Ready? 30 base. 159. You must be dreaming. Snap.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. These two teams all tied after one.
Go now. 90 Wolf. 59. Like the 59. Let's go, Tackle. Let's go.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Second and 11. Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
61, matchbox lights. Joker. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Go! 18 Gator. Hey, Alpha. 59 Mike. Check, 59. 6-man. Check curls. Ready.
Now back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Ready.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down.
Wahoo!
He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping a tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
He nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Haywood.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, Oregon. 56, right there, 56. Okay, just like that. Just like that. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check, 56. Yeah.
Trubisky will throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Taking it about the 36. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal.
And he's into the clear. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Trubisky. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Run for Pollard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Check 26, check 26. Check. Any weapon.
Trying to run forward, Pollard. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
56.
Hey, 7.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
56. Mike's 56. Here we go.
Ran, touch.
56 to Mike. 56.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Chris Jones on the stop.
Let's go, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Go!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
56 to Mike, boys, 56.
From the 41, Trubisky. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd and 2, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now it's Trubisky looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Bradley Pinion now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Lock in. No.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has... On 2nd down, it's Pollard, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Reason to lighten up now. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. Now the 49ers have retaken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And just as he was being tackled there, you hit me on the shoulder because you know as well as I do what just happened. He just passed 17,000 career rushing yards.
And what that means is something that he talked to us about prior to this game. So he's now within shouting distance. He can actually start thinking a little bit about potentially chasing down Emmitt Smith's all-time record of over 18,000 yards.
That's crazy. He is firmly in the number 2 spot with eyes on number 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Pollard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing here, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's
They'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Tackle made there by Buda Baker. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that there's...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
You ain't going nowhere. Hey, Charlie. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the 38, Trubisky. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Go! 180! 18.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Trubisky to throw. And, a crunch. And he lost the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
You ready? Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey. Fair.
Jim.
Big grip.
They'll set up a throw. It's Hill, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three.
Here's Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the 49ers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.